Hi everybody, I know this is normally later than I would do my regular live videos, and I apologise for my UK peeps that won't be able to see this live, but I will be posting it on my website anyway. So I don't know if I'm actually going to get anybody watching this live right now, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to be uploading it. But I wanted to just share a few little things that was going through my head earlier today. On my website, my tagline has always been, you can't lose weight to get healthy, you have to get healthy to lose the weight. And I'm pretty confident that the majority of my clients, or all of my clients, work with me because they know that I'm going to work at rebuilding their health, and in the long run, weight loss will follow. And I'm sure a lot of people have heard the expression from Dr. Phil, don't sugarcoat that shit because you'll eat that as well. I love that phrase that he came out with, and I have had to be pretty blunt with some clients, but I do actually back up all of my information, advice with research. And my brother and I are in this Facebook group, and I won't tell you which group it is. It's kind of irrelevant, really. And basically, a lady was saying that she was losing weight on this particular diet protocol. So I asked the question, well, are you checking body fat composition? So using a bioimpedance like monitor. And she's like, no, like why would I? So I explained about the waist-hip ratio. If you're an apple shape and you carry more weight at the top, then you're at a higher risk of heart disease. I explained about body composition, how we can see subcutaneous fat because subcutaneous fat's the one that's under our skin, and obviously it's the one that women hate because it gives us that cellulite impression. And visceral fat is the fat that surrounds our organs. And I work with quite a few clinically diagnosed obese clients, and like I said, my clients work with me because they know that I'm going to help rebuild their health. And if you're clinically diagnosed as obese, you can be carrying a lot of visceral fat. And I explained all this to the lady on this Facebook group, and said, you know, the visceral fat could be strangling your organs, such as your heart. So your heart is a vital organ in the body. If you carry a lot of subcutaneous fat, again, you're at a higher risk of heart disease. So I gave her a few little bits of information regarding visceral fat. And I said, you know, is it not a concern of yours because of your body shape, you're an apple, and if you're carrying visceral fat, it can be strangling your heart? And she said, no, I'm not interested. I'm just interested in losing weight. And I was like, wow, okay, that's interesting. And even after I'd explained everything to her, and I put a post about this on my Facebook page, and I'm like, oh my God, like that has got to be a really dumb comment. Like, people don't appreciate their health until they haven't got it. But I explained to this lady exactly what the visceral fat was and everything, and I'm like, put on my Facebook page, like, oh my God, this comment is so dumb. This lady is more interested in the number on the scales than she is in whether or not she's healthy, she's at high risk of heart disease. And basically, my rant to this was going back to that Dr. Phil comment, you know, I don't sugarcoat it because you'll eat that shit too, is that I don't often post rants or anything on my Facebook page, and it wasn't really a rant. I was just like almost like speechless, going like, oh my goodness, I cannot believe the comment from this lady. And so my rant is that this other girl on my Facebook friends, she attacked me on my thread. She had no filter. She was really rude to me, and she just literally was just downright mean about my comments. And so she's no longer a friend, she's blocked. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, like she was trying to say that I wasn't professional in my comment, I was putting a post on my own Facebook wall. I'm allowed to put what I like on my own Facebook wall. But my friends, my clients all appreciate that I do work on rebuilding your health. So if I make a comment like that, they understand where I'm coming from. And so I blocked this lady, and like obviously she's not going to be able to see or comment on anything that I do anymore. But I thought about it today, and I thought about this comment that she'd made and how she'd like verbally attacked me on my Facebook post, and then it kind of bothered me. And then I thought, well, you know, you're going to get nut jobs like in any industry. And then my rave is actually Friday, I think it was, or Saturday. I got a phone call, went to voicemail, and this lady found me on LinkedIn. And I still got in the back of my head, like, this other person on my Facebook group had, like, attacked me and trying to question my ethics and professionalism. And then this lady, I just had an hour-long phone call with her. She found me on LinkedIn. And I'm just trying to, like, think, well, I don't know, scribble some notes down. And she said that she wanted to connect with me on LinkedIn because I'm her role model, and she just loves everything that like I do, and she wants me to mentor her, and that she loved everything that I was saying to her on the phone. And I'm just like, how different, like two complete ends of like the scale. One girl completely attacked me and questioned my professionalism, and then another lady, she reached out to me on LinkedIn, and she's going to drive like an hour and a half to come and see me to interview me for her podcast. And she was just enthusing, saying like, oh, you're such a role model. And I'm like, yeah, that makes it all worthwhile. It's just so nice when things like that happen. So I just wanted to kind of like share that little bit of a rant that, you know, yeah, that girl who attacked me, yeah, it was what it was. I mean, that's what Facebook's all about, a little bit of drama. But the phone call that I got tonight was like, oh my goodness, that's like, you know, I am doing something right. And the title of my live video tonight is obviously a rant, a rave, and making it work. And I was actually thinking earlier, one of my clients was here personal training with me, and she's been working with me for 3 months now. And I gave her a routine and really pushed her quite hard today, gave her heavier weights, and she's like, oh, I can't do this, I can't do this. And I'm like, yes, you can, I know you can. And she did, she managed it. We took a few breaks and whatever, but she did. After she left, I was like, oh, I really need to start working more on my legs, but I wasn't motivated myself to stay in the gym and actually do something. And so I thought, oh, what can I do? Yeah, well, we live in the country near Birds Hill Park, and I thought, okay, I'll go for a run. And happens all the time, can never make everyone happy. Yeah, I know, Leanne. Yeah, there are some interesting people out there. But so I wanted to do some leg work today, and I gave up my running career a few years ago. That's another story, but I've done tons and tons of running races in the past, and I found that I had no enthusiasm to do any more running, because every time I went out to run, even though we've got beautiful scenery around here, I was running for everybody else except me. I was running for Richard, running for some friends. I was running because I was competing. I'd take my watch with me, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm 3 seconds slower than I was last time, and it stopped being enjoyable. But I went out today, and the sun was shining, and Richard said, where are you going? I said, well, I'm just going to go for a jog. I don't go for a run anymore. I just go out there and think, okay, I'm just going to go for a jog, got beautiful scenery. So I went for a jog, and he said, where are you going? And I said, oh, just like, you know, we've got our own little routes that we go. And I actually thought, as I went down the drive, I'm like, oh my goodness, I don't even think I'm going to get to the mailbox. And then I thought, okay, next landmark, Bruce and Laurie's house. Like, I'll get to their house and do that. And then as I'm running down the road, I thought about my client who I'd seen today, personal training, and how hard I'd pushed her. And I'd pushed her, but obviously I knew that she was capable of it. And I thought, oh, I'll probably do 3 kilometers, maybe 4. And then as I'm running, I'm like, no, I'm going to do 5 kilometers. I'm like, if my client can do this, I can do this. And like that positive mental attitude of like just saying to yourself, yeah, I can do this, I can make it happen, I can make it work. And it was a really comfortable run. And when I got back home, Richard said, oh, I was going to send out the search party, you were so long. I said, well, I decided to do 5k, even though I actually thought that I wasn't even going to make it to the mailbox and back because my legs felt really, really heavy. So the reason for sharing this little bit of the story with you is when Richard and I are working with clients, sometimes they will be less enthusiastic or there'll be things that they don't like to do. So today, I wasn't in the mood to do leg presses and leg curls and do stuff in the gym. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to make this work. What can I do to work my legs that will actually make me enjoy it? So I thought, weather's gorgeous, fresh air, beautiful scenery. So I made it work for me. My client, even though she doesn't know this, she gave me the motivation and the push because I saw how much I challenged her and how she actually accomplished it. And I thought, okay, I can do this. And I didn't want to do any work in the gym downstairs. So I thought, okay, I want to work legs. So beautiful day, I'm going to get out and get some fresh air. So if there's something that you want to do, or even a body part that you want to target, you know, if you don't like the treadmill, you don't like running, but you like cycling, pick something that you will enjoy and that you'll actually make it work, and so that it gets you moving. So I say it's just like I wanted to do this like this little like live video earlier, but after I had the phone call with that lady earlier, and she was just like phenomenal, and it just really bumped me up, and like we obviously were chatting for like forever on the phone. And sorry, I'm just going to read like from Jennifer. I'm so happy to have you in my life, and I'm grateful for all the help in making me healthier. Oh, thank you. And I'm grateful for Mom who's watching, because she has some ice cream sandwiches in her freezer. So if you want the contact information where to get good ice cream sandwiches in Dougal, let me know. So basically, yeah, my little bit of a rant, a little bit of a rave, and just a way to make exercise work. Mum who's watching now, basically my 5:30 a.m. boot campers, they make it work. It works by getting out of bed at, stupid o'clock in the morning, or it feels like the middle of the night. But you make it work, you make it fit in to your routine. And a lot of people are so busy that they don't have time later in the day to exercise. So yeah, it can be hard to get up at that time in the morning, but like I say, make it work and do something that fits in with your schedule, and then again something that you'll enjoy. Even though nobody enjoyed burpees this morning, and we lost track of, or when I say we lost track of how many we did, we lost track of how many my boot campers did. So I'm actually going to be doing another live video, I hope this week, and it's going to be specific to the 7-day shred, and I'm just going to explain a little bit about how I've had to modify it for myself, and one of like the people who've bought the ebook as well. So I just want to go through a few things with the 7-day shred later on this week. But yeah, I just wanted to get a few things like off my chest, like good, bad, and then just target obviously the fitness side of things as well. So hope you all have a super evening, and I'm going to upload this and share it to my page and the 7-day shred page, so that obviously everybody that else is in bed can actually watch it. So any questions, you know where I am. So I'll see you, Mum, on Wednesday morning, and everybody else like whenever. So okay, bye.